You're not born with self-esteem. It's built layer by layer over time, just like the great philosophers of ancient Greece mastered their mindset. But here's the truth. The power to create your self-esteem lies entirely in your hands. It's a journey you can start today, one small step after another. In this video, we'll reveal practical and Stoic-inspired ways to not only boost your self-esteem, but also empower you to conquer your fears and rise above self-doubt. Before we dive in, don't forget to like and subscribe to help our journey. It's the best way to stay connected with our content and continue building yourself into the best version possible. Watch until the end. You don't want to miss this. Number 1, master your inner dialogue. The way you talk to yourself shapes your entire reality. If you constantly criticize yourself, you reinforce a negative self-image. The Stoics understood the power of thoughts, which is why Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." To build self-esteem, you must master your inner dialogue. Start by identifying negative self-talk. Pay attention to thoughts like, "I'm not good enough," or "I always fail." These are just stories you've repeated so often that they feel like facts. Challenge them. Ask yourself, is this thought objectively true? Would I say this to a friend? Replacing self-criticism with rational, constructive self-reflection is key. Journaling is an excellent way to track your thoughts. The Stoics kept journals to analyze their thinking and improve their mindset. Each night, reflect on your day and challenge any negative beliefs you noticed. Over time, this rewires your brain to be more supportive rather than self-defeating. Another powerful method is practicing affirmations based on action, not empty positivity. Instead of saying, "I am confident," say, "I am learning to be more confident through my actions." Self-esteem is built through proof, through evidence that you are capable, strong, and worthy. By mastering your inner dialogue, you set the foundation for lasting self-esteem. Your mind becomes your ally, not your enemy. Number 2, detach worth from external validation. Many people tie their self-esteem to what others think. They crave approval, fear criticism, and feel crushed when they don't meet external expectations. But the Stoics warn against this trap. Seneca wisely said, "He who seeks approval from others is their slave." Real confidence comes from within, not from the opinions of others. Think about historical figures like Socrates, who stood by his principles even when he was condemned to death. He didn't seek validation, he sought truth. You too must detach from the need to be liked or praised. Start by noticing when you adjust your behavior for approval. Do you say yes when you want to say no? Do you change your opinions to fit in? These are signs of external validation dependence. Practice asserting yourself in small ways. Say no when necessary, express your true thoughts, and stop seeking permission to be yourself. Another exercise is the view from above technique, a Stoic practice where you imagine yourself as a small part of the vast universe. Realizing how insignificant others' opinions are in the grand scheme of things frees you from their control. The more you focus on living by your own values rather than chasing validation, the stronger your self-esteem becomes. You realize that external opinions are fleeting, but your integrity is permanent. Number 3, take action to prove your worth. Self-esteem is not about feeling good all the time. It's about proving to yourself that you are capable. The Stoics believe that action is what defines a person, not mere words. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. If you lack confidence in an area, take action to improve. Want to be more articulate? Start speaking up more. Feel weak? Train your body. Afraid of failure? Face challenges head on." Every action you take strengthens your belief in yourself. A great way to implement this is through the fear-setting exercise, a technique inspired by Stoicism. Write down the worst that could happen if you take action. Often, you'll see that your fears are exaggerated. Then, outline small steps to confront these fears head-on. Another key practice is keeping promises to yourself. If you say you'll wake up early, follow through. If you commit to working on a skill, be consistent. Self-esteem isn't built overnight. It's earned through small victories. By taking deliberate action, you show yourself that you are capable. Confidence doesn't come from thinking. You can't just will yourself to feel better. It comes from doing. Number 4, embrace discomfort and challenges. Self-esteem grows when you prove to yourself that you can handle difficulty. The Stoics intentionally exposed themselves to hardship to build resilience. Seneca practiced poverty, sleeping on the ground, and eating the simplest food to remind himself that he could endure any challenge. Today, we are conditioned to seek comfort, but this weakens self-esteem. If you avoid challenges, you reinforce the belief that you are incapable. Instead, start embracing discomfort. Take cold showers, push yourself physically, or tackle tasks you've been avoiding. These experiences teach you that you are stronger than you think. Another method is voluntary discomfort. If you fear embarrassment, intentionally do something small that makes you uncomfortable, like asking a silly question in public. This builds emotional resilience, showing you that discomfort isn't as bad as you imagine. Set personal challenges that stretch you just beyond your comfort zone. Whether it's public speaking, learning a new skill, or taking on leadership roles, lean into the discomfort. Overcoming small challenges prepares you for greater ones. By regularly facing discomfort, you build an unshakable belief in yourself. You stop fearing failure because you know you can handle it. Number 5, live by your values, not comparison. One of the biggest self-esteem killers is comparison. We look at others and feel inadequate. But as Epictetus said, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Your journey is yours alone. Don't measure it against someone else's. First, define your own values. What matters to you? What kind of person do you want to become? Write these down and live by them daily. If honesty is important to you, practice radical honesty. If discipline is your goal, create routines that reinforce it. Next, reduce exposure to unnecessary comparison triggers like social media. If scrolling through Instagram makes you feel inferior, limit your time on it. Instead, focus on improving yourself rather than watching others. Another way to break free from comparison is by tracking personal progress. Keep a journal where you note your growth. When you see how far you've come, you stop worrying about how others are doing. By living according to your own values and measuring success by your standards, your self-esteem becomes unshakable. You stop competing and start thriving. Number 6, stop seeking perfection. Perfectionism is one of the biggest enemies of self-esteem. It keeps you trapped in a cycle of unrealistic expectations and constant self-criticism. The Stoics understood that perfection is an illusion. What matters is consistent progress. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Do what you can, with what you have, where you are." Perfectionism often stems from fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of not being good enough. But this fear is irrational because perfection is unattainable. No matter how much you improve, there will always be something more to perfect. Instead of chasing perfection, shift your mindset to valuing progress. One practical strategy is to set good enough standards. For example, if you want to improve your speaking skills, don't aim to be flawless. Aim to be slightly better than yesterday. This small shift relieves pressure and allows you to take action without paralyzing fear. Another technique is learning to appreciate failure as feedback. The Stoics embraced failures as learning opportunities. Instead of saying, "I failed," say, "I learned." Thomas Edison, when inventing the light bulb, famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." By replacing perfectionism with a mindset of continuous progress, you build true self-esteem. You stop seeing yourself as not good enough and start recognizing yourself as a work in progress. Always evolving, always improving. Number 7, strengthen your body to strengthen your mind. Your body and mind are deeply connected. If you neglect your physical health, your mental strength suffers. The Stoics emphasize physical endurance as a way to cultivate mental resilience. Seneca practiced fasting, cold exposure, and intense exercise, not to punish himself, but to strengthen his willpower. Building self-esteem starts with taking care of your physical body. Regular exercise is not just about looking better. It's about proving to yourself that you are disciplined, strong, and capable. Lifting weights, running, or practicing martial arts develops confidence in your ability to push through discomfort. Even simple habits like maintaining good posture can impact self-esteem. Studies show that standing tall with shoulders back reduces stress hormones and increases feelings of confidence. Try it right now. Adjust your posture and notice how your mindset shifts instantly. Another key element is proper nutrition. The food you eat affects your mood, energy levels, and mental clarity. If you constantly fuel yourself with junk, you'll feel sluggish and unmotivated. A well-nourished body leads to a well-functioning mind. The Stoics treated their bodies as tools for life, not as objects for vanity. When you strengthen your body, you send a message to yourself. I am strong, I am capable, I am in control. That belief naturally translates into self-esteem. Number 8, develop skills for competence. One of the fastest ways to boost self-esteem is to become highly competent at something. When you develop a skill, you build confidence in your ability to handle challenges. The Stoics believed in continuous self-improvement. Epictetus said, if you want to be a writer, write. If you want to be a leader, lead. Start by identifying an area of your life where you want to improve. It could be public speaking, problem solving, financial management, or even a creative skill like painting or playing an instrument. The key is to pick something meaningful and commit to mastering it. The 10,000-hour rule states that true mastery takes years of practice. But you don't need 10,000 hours to boost your self-esteem. You just need to start. The first small win builds momentum, and as you improve, your confidence grows naturally. One effective method is deliberate practice, focused, intentional improvement rather than just repetition. If you want to improve your speaking skills, don't just talk randomly. Record yourself, analyze your speech, and refine it. If you want to be a better writer, don't just write. Study the best writers and apply their techniques. Competence leads to confidence. The more skills you develop, the more valuable you become, not just in your career, but in life. You start to trust yourself more, knowing that whatever challenge arises, you have the ability to handle it. Number 9, stop people-pleasing. A strong sense of self requires strong boundaries. Many people struggle with self-esteem because they allow others to dictate their time, energy, and emotions. The Stoics were clear on this. Epictetus said, no person has the power to have you do what you do not wish to do. People-pleasing comes from a deep-seated fear of rejection. You say yes when you want to say no. You tolerate disrespect to avoid confrontation. But every time you compromise your own needs for someone else's approval, you weaken your self-respect. The first step to setting boundaries is recognizing your limits. What behaviors will you no longer tolerate? What values will you no longer compromise? Write them down. This creates clarity and helps you enforce them when needed. Next, practice saying no without guilt. If someone asks for your time, but it doesn't align with your priorities, respond with confidence. I appreciate the offer, but I have other commitments. No further explanation is needed. Boundaries also apply to your time and energy. If certain relationships drain you, reduce your interactions. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, not those who undermine your confidence. By setting boundaries, you teach yourself that your time and energy matter. You gain self-respect, and with that, your self-esteem strengthens naturally. Number 10, accept yourself, strive to improve. Self-esteem isn't about loving yourself only when you succeed. It's about accepting yourself at every stage of your journey. The Stoics believed in self-acceptance, but not in a way that leads to complacency. They understood that you can accept yourself while still striving for growth. Many people struggle with self-worth because they base it on conditions, I'll feel good about myself when I lose weight, make more money, or get approval. But this creates a moving target. You'll never feel good enough. True self-esteem comes from recognizing your value now, while still working toward a better future. One way to practice this is through self-compassion. When you make mistakes, instead of harshly criticizing yourself, ask, what can I learn from this? Treat yourself as you would a close friend. Another powerful exercise is listing your strengths. Write down 10 things you genuinely appreciate about yourself. This shifts your focus from what's missing to what's already valuable. At the same time, embrace lifelong growth. The Stoics taught that improvement is a daily effort. Seneca wrote, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live. Aim to be better each day, not because you're inadequate, but because growth is a natural part of life." When you balance self-acceptance with self-improvement, your self-esteem becomes unbreakable. You stop chasing worthiness and start living with it. Self-esteem isn't built overnight, but through consistent action. Master your inner dialogue, detach from external validation, take action, embrace discomfort, and live by your own values. Stop chasing perfection, strengthen your body, develop new skills, set boundaries, and accept yourself while striving for growth. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to like and subscribe. Your support fuels this journey, and we're just getting started. See you in the next one.